On a previous video, we had discussed about the cable channels that are most likely going to shut down because of the Disney Spectrum deal. We had gotten a report from S&P Global Market Intelligence analyst Scott Robinson, and he listed what he thought the channels that are most likely to shut down. Now, if you haven't caught that yet, go back, pause this video, go back, catch that first before moving on this video. For the most likely, it'll give you the best breakdown of what Scott was looking at, and eventually, what channels are going to be going away. In this particular video, if you're continuing on, what we're going to do is an article on Cord Cutter News. This breaks down Scott Robinson's article that he put together, and this particular person who wrote this article, I think, is Luke Boma. His picks of these channels and why most likely these will be the first 10 channels that will be shut down first on cable TV. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're about on YouTube. We're about 840, 845 around there by now. We're on our way to 900. Thank you again for those of you who have subscribed. Welcome aboard. If you haven't yet, take a moment, hit that subscription. It does help us move up in the rankings on there. It gets us a little bit more open, exposed to a lot more of an audience, especially now with this UK law and what's going on in Canada. We need your help at this point by helping to support us on all of these channels on here, because basically what they do, they want to get rid of us because we have information that's important to the general public, and we have been putting it out there, and they don't like us giving this information out, including this. So let's get really into this. If you haven't catched Cord Cutter News, they do have a YouTube channel, and they do have a website which they post articles on there, and they're very short, to the point as far as their articles go. It's like a minute or two read, and it just breaks down to what's going on in the business lately, especially with cord cutting getting more aggressive lately. But this particular article picks the 10 networks that are most likely going to shut down first. We're going to go over them and the reasons why these would be the first 10 to get axed by cable channel. Because right now, because of that Disney Spectrum deal, it opens up a Pandora's box to basically, a lot of these cable companies will be killing these channels. It will cause them to go out of business. Now, is this the end of cable? It's the beginning of the end of cable. Is it the end of broadcast? No. With over-the-air changes at the ATSC 3.0, which is being activated as we speak in certain areas, it's already available. That is going to continue on. It's going to keep the broadcast channels going. Stuff like MeTV and Comment and all the rest of them, and the network channels, which you're able to get over the airways for free. The only difference is now, for those of you who have older sets, yeah, you're going to have to get a box to be able to decode the 3.0. There is a channel called Antenna Man on YouTube. They're able to, he's able to give you a breakdown of what's going on with the 3.0 and what you need to bring in that signal. Now, if you bought a newer TV recently, you don't have to worry about it, because The tuner built in is already set for 3.0 as per the FCC. So basically, you just have to throw an antenna on and you're good to go. And wherever you are, I mean, you're able to get most areas that already have it active, you're able to receive that signal already. So let's break down these top 10 channels that are cable channels that are they're on their way out. The first one is going to be Freeform. If you're familiar with Freeform, that is a Disney channel. According to this, recently Disney surprisingly agreed to drop Freeform from Spectrum, the second largest cable TV provider in the United States. This makes the network very vulnerable, as it's mostly just reruns. With Disney Plus now the place to watch most of these programs, already shutting down Freeform is a lot more likely today than it was a few months ago. I do agree with that. Most of the stuff that is on there, you can get on other streaming services, including Disney Plus on there. I mean, it's like, why is it there? The other one is Universal Kids. That's number 2 on that. And I've said this before, kids networks are being hit the hardest by cord cutting. There are already reports that networks like Cartoon Network average viewer age is over 18 years old, and that's the truth. And we know this because of Adult Swim changes. We've seen this growth of Adult Swim and the return of classic shows clearly targeting older adults looking to relive their childhood. This makes smaller kid networks like Universal Kids some of the most valuable to shutting down. And that's the truth. Stuff like this, and I said this, Nickelodeon, Disney XD, all that's on its way out. Little kids can watch stuff like Coco Melon and many other cartoons on YouTube for free, Tubi TV, Pluto TV. There are many other places, and some of the streaming sites that pay streaming sites has a lot of kids stuff as well. The third network to see its end is FXX, and this is an obvious one. Increasingly, these second networks like MTV2, FXX are in real trouble as a growing amount of original content moves to streaming services like Disney Plus and Peacock. There is less for networks like FXX. This makes networks like FXX that got dropped by Spectrum very likely to shut down. Yeah, because, I mean, you go to Hulu. Hulu has all, stuff like Archer and many of the other shows that normally FXX carries, American Horror Story. You can watch that all on Hulu. The number 4, just like every other kids network that we've talked about, like Universal Kids, Disney Junior. Increasingly younger kids are not watching cable TV networks. Instead, they're turning to services like Disney Plus. This makes Disney Junior one more network that is likely to shut down. And in that was also dropped by Spectrum this year, and you can see why its days are numbered, and that's the truth. You have these smaller networks like this. Why are they still around? They're just taking up space on cable TV. The number 5, and a lot of experts said this should have been one of the first to go, is BBC America. AMC has recently been struggling with its streaming service as it tries to invest in its AMC Plus services, shutting down BBC America to focus its content and money into AMC Plus could help. Many of the shows on BBC America are expensive money that AMC would likely hope to put into its streaming services. And this is true. And the thing about it is, a lot of the British shows these days, you're able to get them in several different runs. You got BritBox out there, which is a couple bucks a month on there. It's not that expensive. You also have Pluto TV that carries some British shows, and they have some fast channel British shows, and some of the other fast channel sites have access to a lot of these, the British sitcoms, the British detective series, the dramas. All that is available. Some of them free, some of them you have to pay for. Again, why a channel like this is existing on cable TV is mind-boggling. Why is the money being pushed into this where it could be used elsewhere? The number 6 on the lineup, and this goes back to Cartoon Network, is Boomerang. Boomerang is owned by Warner Brothers, a company that has been extremely aggressively on focus on its efforts on Max, its new streaming service. By putting most of Boomerang's content on the Max, it could help grow Max by making it the exclusive home of its classic programming. The network doesn't cost a lot to run, but shutting it down could help Max grow. It is true on this, but also available, some of the Hanna-Barbera stuff is available on other streaming services like Tubi TV. I mean, you can watch a lot of the Scooby-Doo series. It's available on Tubi right now. Everything from the classic to the horror ones and a couple of the movies here and there. And here's another one that's, this is another channel that's like, why is it around? You've heard the likes of the History Channel, Discovery and all that. Science is another channel that it's like, why is it this here on there? Because basically most of these services, they don't know what they're putting on these, on there. You look at History Channel, it's mostly reality shows around history, not really teaching history. And Science is kind of similar on there. Much like Boomerang, moving the Science Channel behind the Max and Discovery streaming service could help it grow, be more profitable streaming services. Look for anything that Warner Brothers thinks could be more profitable streaming to become a streaming only option in years to come, and probably shared over on Tubi TV, since they do have a contract with Tubi and one or two other ad-supported streaming sites as well. Here's one that just, number 8, that should be in the top also, and I'm surprised the main channels are not on this. MTV2, MTV Classic, and other MTV channels. Look for Paramount to start consolidating its smaller channels like MTV2 and into MTV and Paramount Plus. This content could use to help grow its Paramount Plus streaming service more than it would help profits from cable TV. Already, Paramount has been looking to shut down its smaller networks, and MTV2 Classic and other MTV channels are likely high on that list. I'm surprised that VH1 and MTV Regular are not on there. They're not music channels anymore. I mean, it's mostly reality shows on this channel. They're not music. The reason they're not music is you can watch all the music you want on YouTube and many other sites that basically offer music videos to you. You can listen to them on places like Spotify, and many others as well. So channels like MTV and VH1 become very redundant as of now. I mean, we, from our public access days, we used to run it. One of my partners originally when we were on public access, he created his own music show, which was very successful at the time. And he still does some stuff on Facebook. Every once in a while, he'll have like a quick video where he's going around a bit. But when music videos started falling out, and places like YouTube started picking up the slack, shows like Music Madness was just, the MTV became redundant. So moving on, the next channel, which it's still like, that's another one that just basically you have to say why are they still going, is Nickelodeon. Unlike Cartoon Network, which has successfully found an audience with Adult Swim, Nickelodeon has been hit hard by YouTube and other services like Disney Plus, taking away younger viewers. As the average age of these networks are over 18, the future of Nickelodeon as a standalone channel could be in doubt as Paramount becomes how many watch its shows. And this is correct. I mean, Nickelodeon could have kept their Nick at Night in there. The classic stuff in there, similar to MeTV and stuff like that, they could have continued on and pushed that envelope. The thing about it is they got to start moving away from the young kids. One, they got to move away from the young kids. Two, they got to move away from the politics. Because that's one of those are the two things that have been killing Nickelodeon itself. And of course, the third thing is all the controversy of all the sexual allegations that Nickelodeon has been going through for many years now with many of its younger stars, about what has been going on behind the scenes of shows like All That and many other of the live action shows that has been on the variety shows and all that's been on Nickelodeon itself. So, something like this, Nickelodeon would have survived staying with classics. Even with the cartoons, they go back to, Rocko's Modern Life and many of the other stuff that's on there that was popular with all of us when we were younger. And the last, which, it's no surprise on this because basically the network is up for sale, is the smaller channels of the BET network. BET Her, BET Hip Hop, BET Soul, and more. These channels, why were they created? Why couldn't they stay on one channel? I mean, this is how they split up things, and this is what, is killing the BET name, really what itself. Recently, Paramount tried to sell BET and all of its networks. It's still up. That sale failed to find a buyer at a price Paramount wanted. Now that Paramount will be keeping the networks, cuts are very likely to happen. We are unsure which of these networks are likely to shut down, but one or more of them will likely not make it through the next years. And, this is true. I mean, this is true itself. I mean, technically, there are at least two buyers out there. Paramount doesn't want to pay that. It's going to be, whoever ends up with this channel, would be the BET network, is going to pay a low price for it. It's going to be low. It's lowballed already. And it's basically, Paramount's going to end up putting this in the loss column. Truly, this is going to end up in the loss column itself. What I'm surprised wasn't in this top 10 was the Logo channel. The Logo network, which used to be geared for the gay community, had really died out. It just literally lost its luster a couple of years in. Now, you flip to that channel, you get commercials redirecting you to VH1 for RuPaul's Drag Race. Once in a blue, you might see something of a gay show on there or movie, but mostly what is on there is, and I think this is why the Logo is still going on, is because they're showing sitcoms, old sitcoms, Three's Company, Laverne and Shirley, Married with Children, and many others that are popular out there. Honestly, if Logo wants to survive on this, I'll tell you, to be honest truth, change your name from Logo. Call yourself something more closer like what MeTV is. You might survive this, but honestly, Logo needs to go as well, unless they make a full change and go full sitcom. Because there is a ton of sitcoms out there, going all the way back to the first sitcom. MeTV has bought a lot of them in there, and there are other smaller channels that are going online these days that used to be bigger channels that they've been sold to another company. And what are they showing? They're showing stuff, for example, the Roseanne Show. The original Roseanne Show is on there. Drew Carey Show, Cheers, many other popular shows. I mean, what's popular right now on Netflix? Suits. Suits has been the number one show on Netflix alone. It has the highest ratings. And guess what? The show that brought Bruce Willis into the fold, Moonlighting, is now available on Hulu. So this is what shows what people want to see these days, because writers can't write shit these days, and that new writer's contract, they got screwed once again. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts on this. I really would like to hear your 2 cents, your quarter, your 10 cents on this. But you have to remember one thing. I'll say all these things and give you my opinion, but who am I to say but a man with the show?
Thanks for watching. Before you go, please comment, like, and share this video. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe as this helps the reach of our channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have that ability to help support this and many other channels. Especially now more than ever since the passing of a new law in the United Kingdom that will diminish the reach of many channels and affect our advertisers. If you wish to help grow this channel by financial support, you have two ways. There are two links in the description below. The first will send you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will send you to our gear store where you can purchase t-shirt, mugs, and other specialty items. Any additional discounts will be listed on the main page. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.